And then for our last topic here, which is one that is not necessarily tested on, or at least is spoken of being tested on in the exam, but is something that you might want to take a look at because it's a particularly cool implementation. That's called access denied assistance for any time a user attempts to access a file that they probably shouldn't be accessing. Well, normally when a user attempts to access a file that they don't have privileges to, they're going to get that simple access denied error, which doesn't really do them a lot of good because it tells them that they don't have access to the file or folder, but that's something they already know because they're not accessing its contents. Well, over here in FSRM, if we come back here to configure options, there's another item up here called access denied assistance that you can configure and enable on this file server to provide a little bit more information to the user when they attempt to access that content for which they don't have permissions. Down here, when we enable access denied assistance, you can see down here that there's a message that you can configure down here at the bottom that will give them more information about whom to contact in order to get the necessary permissions to access this information. And in fact, you can actually configure this to provide even more detailed information. So when a user attempts to access that folder or file, you'll notice down here it offers to provide more assistance to the user by clicking this little request assistance link. Now, when you do configure that, you do need to enable the users to request assistance, and then you can provide the following information in the email. So user information, device state information, there's the recipient list. This might be your help desk alias, for example. Also the folder owner and administrator that you would add to the end of the email, and perhaps even a generic event log entry that would help the help desk recognize that that user needs assistance in getting access to the file that they require. This is a very simple solution, and yet it provides so much more detail, so much more information for users when they need to access something that they probably shouldn't, or maybe should but don't have the correct permissions to do so. Now again, here within FSRM, this configuration is for a specific server, but I do want to show you, if I flip over here to our domain controller, this is dc.company.pri, and if I open up the group policy management console here, I just want to point you to a specific group policy setting that you can lay into place to do so from a policy perspective as opposed to a specific server perspective. Here under computer configuration, if we go to policies and administrative templates here, look at system and then the access denied assistance item right here. It's here where we can go about enabling access denied assistance for all file types, and then also determining what the customized message should be for the users that have gotten that access denied error. So this is essentially just the group policy approach towards accomplishing exactly what we would do over in FSRM, but from here we can apply it to all the different file servers all at once.